Gisele and Samikshya, can you please tell us about yourself and what you do with Women Lead Nepal?
Hi, I'm Gisele and I'm from the US, but I've been in Nepal for about a year now. I first came here on a graduate fellowship and have been working with Women Lead for about 6 months now as a development fellow, but immediately following the earthquake, I was assisting in coordinating our relief and recovery efforts.
Hi, namaste. I'm Samikshyas from Kathmandu, Nepal. Currently, I'm doing a bachelor's in development finance. I'm 2010 alumni in Women Lead Nepal, and since then I'm involved in different activities like in trainings, programs, and other workshops. Besides, I did my 5 months internship over Women Lead Nepal, and I also did mentoring to a current leader throughout the year.
What is Women Lead's model and how does it work?
So we first build a community of female contemporaries, plugging young women in with like-minded individuals who can journey with them along the way and really support them throughout their life. Then we secondly focus on identity, so working on self-identifying as a leader through being a role model for others. And the third is through hands-on experience, and that is through our one-year Leadership Institute.
There has been a lot of media buzz around the devastating earthquake which occurred in April. What do you want our readers and those watching to know about those first few weeks after the earthquake and how the crisis impacted your work with young women in Nepal?
Well, it was certainly a stress test to the Women Lead program model. We certainly saw our leaders come in and step up within the Women Lead community, coming in, supporting one another and working together to see what they could do to work with their communities and provide any kind of relief for their communities. We also really saw them step up and identify as leaders. Some have taken on their own projects, whether it be delivering supplies to rural areas or developing education projects. They've really self-identified as leaders in these really crucial roles.
How have the young women leaders in your network risen to the challenge of reaching of the women and children in the surrounding communities? What are the results of this work? Can you share a story?
Yeah, okay. I want to share a story about my experiences working through the project which we did after earthquake to the students. It was after a few days of earthquake, we gathered in Women Lead office. There were few of us, the leaders and alumni. We had a discussion about what we can do to the earthquake victims. So we came up with a conclusion that we should target specific group and do in a different way. We should do something that can create a long-term impact. So we decided to work for high school students by providing them books and stationeries. So for this, our leaders were so energized and they started bringing their books and stationeries for donations, and they started collection. After that, we worked on need assessment, and there we found that while doing need assessment, I went there and found that the boy was digging a rubble and searching for his books. So that was the situation when I feel that we should do this project, and I can see that can create an impact. So after that, we did the project and created impact among 164 students. We distributed books and stationery and other supplies, and yeah.
So along with the Education Relief Project, which provided the supplies for students, our leaders were also really interested in becoming involved somehow hands-on, so empowering youth that had been affected by the earthquake. So we worked with Field Innovation Team, a disaster response team based in the US. They came here and provided our leaders with emergency response training, situational awareness, and provided us with a youth empowerment curriculum. So after that, the leaders were able to go out into schools or temporary learning centers where children that have been affected by the earthquake were and run these really powerful activities. So not only were we were providing materials for them, but also working very hands-on with them. Then really informally, the leaders were also going out into their own communities and families and running these activities.
Mental health issues have been a significant issue for young women in Nepal. Gisele, how is Women Lead addressing this issue?
Women Lead has been a safe space since immediately following the earthquake. So we were open right away for leaders to come in, spend time, just know that they were, being supported and that they had a place to be. Many were still sleeping outside without electricity, out in tents. So Women Lead served as a space where they could just come and spend time together and feel supported. Along with that, the trainings that we did with the field innovation team were really powerful. A lot of storytelling and sharing experiences was really helpful for the leaders to process. We also had a workshop, a 3-day workshop that was art, dance, and poetry, which really worked with the leaders to process and share their experience and heal kind of through art. So Women Lead has really served as a space for the leaders to come in and process and heal.
Okay, talking about the challenges, like during earthquake and providing relief materials, at that time, like we can see the restrictions of mobility of girls in the rural areas. Like the parents were not willing to send them to the rural areas, and did want them to be safe and be with them. That was the major challenge for being a girl. And besides that, in moving forward after post-earthquake, we can see that at that time youths were so engaged in relief activities. They were going outside the valley and providing help in whatever way they can. But now, as the situation has become kind of normal, so they have started doing their normal activities like going to college, office. So they are busy and are not being able to think of volunteering in rural areas. And other challenge what I think is since monsoon season has started, and there is difficulty in going to rural places and sending materials and relief works there, as there is flood and landslide. What I think other challenge is the grassroots level NGOs are not being able to reach there in today's context. There is formalized process of government, and only few NGOs are working for some areas. And so in this regard, anyone who want to work are not being able to go there and work. And besides that, the other thing, just last week, there was a draft of constitution for our country. So everyone's major focus is on over the constitution draft. So no one is thinking of providing relief to the earthquake victims these days. And talking about the forward for girls leadership in Nepal, so since we can see participation is good in compared to past 20 years, in drafting constitution, providing feedback, women and girls are working on it, and they are working on their rights and also providing feedbacks.
What can girls groups, readers, and people watching this interview do to understand and help continue the movement for women's leadership in Nepal?
Yeah, okay. What readers can do is they can get updated information about our current issues, about earthquake and about constitutions and other issues about women facing their present status, and they can get updated from Women Lead Facebook account as well. Besides, if anyone's interested, then they can work on mentoring our alumni. Since leaders are facilitated and mentored by alumni, but there's no one who are being able to mentor our alumni. So it will be appropriate if anyone's interested in mentoring an alumni, since they are in their universities. So they might need counseling on career and choosing their subjects. So you can contact us emailing us.
Yeah, you can also continue to support Women Lead through our website to continue to build strong young women leaders and support their relief projects. One of our leaders is developing her own education project, which will sponsor earthquake victims who have lost their homes and their materials, and it will sponsor them for the year, paying their tuition fees and their uniforms. So our leaders are continuing to develop their own projects, and that's a way that you can continue to support women leadership, and that's through supporting us you can ensure women will be part of rebuilding Nepal.